Hey guys, wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to Young Tycoon, where I go over all the things that I wish I had the information, whether I was 18 to 34, really hell, even now. So wanted to go over something today with you guys is like, we have all heard your network is your net worth. But it's like, what does that even mean? Especially when you're young, you're getting started, especially if you're getting into real estate. I talked to like five people over this past 4th of July weekend about they're like, I want to get into real estate, or they're already in real estate and they're like, dude, what do I do? Right? Range from like my cousin who's like just getting out of the military to like another guy who's in the military who's going to be getting out and has real estate. And that was the big thing. And my biggest thing to them is like, dude, you got to change your network. So like when I got started, I was young. When I got started wanting to do real estate, I had to take a look around at my network. And the number one thing about your net worth being your net worth is exposure. Like what are the people around you talking about? Like when I was with my family, everyone, I mean, we all had that, right? We were all taught about money. Like I said, real estate is a money thing. It's a vehicle. So the young tycoon is really about getting your money right, using real estate as a vehicle. But if you grew up like I did, where like, hey, money don't grow on trees. How many of you guys have heard that? Or a penny saved is a penny what? Earned. You guys have heard that. But the fact is what? A penny is still a penny. So while your network can teach you about hard work, which everybody likes to talk about, if working hard is not getting you ahead, it's just hard. It's not getting you ahead. So, because most of the people I grew up with, they weren't getting ahead. They were just working hard. They didn't know how to talk about money. None of them had any real estate other than their house. Maybe they had some land, or maybe they had one property that they rented out, but that's not what I wanted. I didn't see that as being a real estate tycoon or wealth or money or success. They only taught me how to work hard for money. They never taught me how to make my money work for me. So that has everything to do with your network. All right. So how do you do that? Well, and it was going through that. It was like number one thing you have to do is you have to look around at your network. You have to really be. And I hate to say this, but you need to almost be like laser focused to like tighten up your shot group of who your network really is. You need a big network, but you need to know what your network is about. All right. So if they're not talking about money, millions of dollars, building something big, partnering with other people, not regressing, not like, I don't want to be around anybody. I just want to be alone. Like that's not a good network. It takes people to make money. It takes people to do real estate. Real estate's a people business, whether you're doing multifamily, retail, office, single family houses, vacant land developments, that's a people business. All of this stuff, money is controlled by people. There's no money store, there's no real estate store, there's people. So that said, your network is your net worth. So what do you need to start doing first? One, you need to stop. There's a lot of stuff I had to stop doing. I needed to move. First, I moved. I lived in Texas. I moved. I used to sell weed. I had to stop talking to the people who sold weed and bought weed. I had to stop talking to all of the people that I knew. When I got out of the military, anybody who wasn't doing what I was doing, I couldn't keep talking to them. They didn't want what I wanted. They were my network. And if your network doesn't, one, have any money, two, doesn't have goals, three, doesn't want success, and all they do is complain, you need to get rid of them. I remember I was dating this girl. I kept telling her I wanted to do better. I was like, hey, I want to be successful. But I met her through the club. We was always partying. This is before me and Sharon got married. And it was like she didn't want that. I literally stopped talking to her the next day. I have zero problem stopping talking to someone who doesn't support where I'm going. That is the only thing that I can control in my life is who's in it. Period. So sometimes, man, you're gonna have to leave mama and daddy. Sometimes you're gonna have to leave old friends, girlfriends, boyfriends. You're gonna have to detach to get a new network because I can promise you, like the people I talk to, I have friends that I talk to that make a lot of money. They have a lot of real estate. They have big businesses. And if I have somebody who's complaining about life, complaining about the cost of eggs and gas, complaining about the big, beautiful tax bill, and I try to bring them around that group, they're gonna leave. My friends that are successful will be like, hey man, I'm gonna cut out of here. Let me know if you need anything. They're not gonna be around that. People that are looking for success and want to be successful don't want to the small talk, the hey, how's you doing? How's your kid? We do that. But they would rather talk about goals, opportunities, success, deals, how we can help each other, how I can help you. Like, who do I know in my network that I can introduce you to get deals, debt, equity, loans, more properties, property management, insurance quotes. Those are the people that you need to surround yourself with if you're going to make this business work. Now, my advice to you guys if you're young, number one, what do you need to stop doing? Take a look at your current network. Who do you need to get rid of? If they aren't talking about money, success, multi-million dollars, being a millionaire, million net worth, getting access to deals and growth, get rid of them. I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't make those bad, it doesn't make them bad people. It just, you just have to recognize where you're not going to go. It's like getting in a car that doesn't have enough gas in it, but you got to go 500 miles. Like you can't get mad at the car. It just doesn't have the amount of gas to get you there. You need to get in a vehicle that can get you there. And in this case, it's your network, right? So that's number one thing. So, and here's what I wanted to say about your network. And I wrote a couple of things down. Here's what a new network with the right people does for you that gives you the net worth, right? For what I'm talking about. Your net worth is the value of you, the value of your either your mind, the assets that you're able to control, the money that you have, businesses, or even if you don't have any of that stuff, you work a job, that you still need a network that expands your mindset. And that's number one. So, number one thing, when you have a better network of people, you have access to conversations. So, I study people that build big companies. Like, for example, Steve Schwarzman built Blackstone, him and a partner. So, but here's the difference of that. Steve Schwarzman in his 20s started working at Wall Street after he graduated college and stuff like that. I think he went to Harvard or one of the Ivy League schools. But he started working on Wall Street, started working in a firm. So when he was working in I think it was like Lehman Brothers or something before it collapsed. I think it was one of those. But he was already sitting in on meetings going over $500 million deals, $100 million raises, raising money. As a matter of fact, I think it went back for the very first Sally Mae fund that they put together as it relates to universities. He was involved in that activity. So he was going back and raising $10 million, $50 million, $20 million, putting together these big buyouts also for companies. His exposure at 20 in his 20s was well beyond the average human being, right? I think my parents were probably struggling through life when this guy was doing $500 million deals with like Tropicana. So like the exposure to and access to those, just the conversations, not that you're going to do it, but you need to hear it. You need to know it exists. Because if you were exposed to the other stuff from your old network, money don't grow on trees, don't do that, turn the lights off, put that food in the refrigerator so you can eat it tomorrow because say like save. Like if you were exposed to that conversation versus, hey, we raised $50 million, we raised $100 million, we have a $500 million deal that we're transacting, and you need to put together this. Like, think about the difference of his mindset about what was possible in the world and no shortages of money and opportunities, as opposed to like what we might have been exposed to as it relates to how we grew up middle class, low income, with zero, like working hard, but you figure we still never get there because we never even know that it exists. So your network expands your mindset, which in turn expands your net worth, what you can do and achieve in the world. So that's number one. So it expands your mindset because you get access. Number two, it expands your money access. Because if you're sitting in the room with the right people and you go, look, now you have the exposure, you're listening, you're like, ooh, wow, 20 million, 10 million, 1 million, 500,000, whatever, right? It's not big to them. Right? It's a natural conversation. Now you're like, hey, this person's looking for this. I can go and have these conversations with them and maybe they'll partner with me. But you can't do that if you're in the wrong network. Sometimes your family will never partner. As a matter of fact, most of the time your family will be the last person to give you a dollar. And if they do, you got a good family member, and you better do the right with them because it makes it hard at vacations, holidays, reunions, things like that. Because people are like, "Hey, man, this guy did this to me, he did that." So, like, but if you're in the right room and you're in the right network of people, they will partner with you. That's how you get access to money. That's how you get access to financing. You get access to debt. Like if you need money, like to do a deal that takes debt, whether it's a bank loan or Fannie or Freddie or whatever, right? Depending on the size. Like someone has to, like if you don't have it because you're young, you're getting started, right? Whether you're 18, 24, 24, 34, 54, going to 64, and you're just getting into the real estate business, the real estate as a business, doing deals, your network is going to give you access to that. Right. So I got a number from someone the other day that gave me access to a debt guy that I didn't know existed. And I'm looking to talk to him this week. But without having that network to have that person connect me, I wouldn't have had it. That's why I'm saying you got to expand your network, and that means you got to cut some things out to allow new things to come in it. So first, it give you exposure, gives you a new mindset to what's possible, and then next you get the connections to money, deals, deal flow, things like that, and then also opportunities. Sometimes your opportunities is not going to be your deals. It's going to be an opportunity to work with somebody, let's say someone like me. Bell Capital, you're new. And I'm like, look, you know what you really need to be doing? You need to be talking to investors. Why don't you come and work with us for a little bit, do an internship, learn how to talk to high net worth individuals, learn how to be a professional, like I talk about, how to walk, how to talk, how to dress in a room full of these guys that may be different from what you're used to, right? Because I know one of my mentors makes fun of me because like I came from like the hustle world where it was like every like how I presented myself was like, hey, old boy and knucklehead and this guy. But that's how I talked and I communicated. That wasn't how I was, but that's how I communicated in that world. When I left that world and I switched over to business and real estate and talking to high net worth people, people who had some gumption to themselves, I couldn't take that language into that world. I had to get this new exposure to this group, but then that opened me up to be like, hey, I need to become a professional. And then that opened me up to what? Opportunities, right? So take a look at your net worth, man. Your network is your net worth. Your network will expose you to these new things. One, it'll give you access to like hear this new communication, new experiences that you wouldn't have. Like my office is at a private jet community. I look at jets all the time. I talk to pilots. I talk to people who have jets. My friends have jets. They got 4,000, 5,000 units. Um, People that I've met have 60,000 units, 15,000 units. I'm a limited partner in 465, 456 unit deal. Like I get exposure to things that I normally wouldn't have access to because I'm that. I'm a great network for you, man. I make these videos because now I'm a part of my network. I'm a part of your network and you're a part of mine if you're watching this. Next, and I might have went over this, the mindset that you get. Man, it blows my mind how much money's out there. $80 trillion just in the economy flowing in and out of just the United States, the US economy. If you could just get a piece of that, right? There's $37 trillion sitting in retirement accounts across all retirement accounts, $6 trillion in money market accounts, and there's $1 trillion just sitting in bank savings from people. If we could all just get a piece of that, right? I think there's $300 trillion worth of real estate on the planet, all trading hands, not trading hands, whatever. But if you think about there's no shortages on this planet in money, people, it's 8 billion people on the planet, right? And there's no shortage of money. And if there is a shortage of money, as you guys just watched with the big beautiful bill, they'll shrink up the tax bill, creates more money, and people will start spending it, or they will just go print it. Like there's never going to be a shortage of that. There's more money than there is people because money's all made up. But if you have access to money, you got access to people, access to opportunity with the right mindset, and you're exposed to that world, your net worth will grow. $1 million net worth is nothing. I was a millionaire from in my early 20s all the way through. Lost it, gained it back. I didn't know because it was net worth. It wasn't revenue and income, but I had income coming in off my properties. But had somebody taught me that, I would have already hit probably $10 billion worth of real estate. I didn't even know what I had because I had the wrong people around me. I would write network at the time, but I should have been thinking the way I think now. $50 billion worth of real estate, 1,500 employees, $150 million worth of cash flow and revenue for my companies. That's what I want. So like, but until you're around somebody having that conversation, you don't even know it exists for you. It's like, oh, it's scary. Right. So that's why I'm doing these videos because I needed someone to have this conversation with me. There was no internet, there was no cell phone, there was seminars and that. Then I had to go to bookstores. Like I'm not doing that shit anymore. But that I have this and I have access to this, man. You have zero excuse. Your mentors and your network, they don't always have to be sitting in front of you. A lot of the people that mentor me are from books, things like that. I read, I study. I study companies, not people, or I study people who started billion-dollar companies. Like you need to do that. But in the process of that, surround yourself with positive people, people who have more time to succeed than hate, people who want success, people who are committed to making wealth a duty. And you cannot do that if you don't let go of some things. So today, as homework, get out a sheet of paper and I want you to write down a couple of things. Who do you need to let go of? What do you need to stop doing that does not support where you're going? If you want a $10 million net worth, then you need to write that down. Who has it? Because there's people all over the world that has it. It doesn't have to be in your network. It just needs to be like, hey, has someone done this before? Yes, good. Check the box. Take a look at your surrounding network of people who either don't support you, won't support you, cannot help you, and will not support your cause. Whether you're doing real estate and you're trying to get involved in the game, they can't be a partner, they can't make an introduction, they don't like real estate, they got another business, they're gonna, oh, you should do stocks and bonds, and you should get into Bitcoin. Like anything that will become a distraction for you, get rid of them. Even if you have to pack your shit and move. I did it, man. I moved a bunch of times. I move a bunch of times. I eliminate friends. I stop doing stuff. I stop drinking, partying, break up with girls, stop hanging out, stop going to different places. I did what it took. to make sure that I can protect my own mind to have what I wanted to. And then I started studying the right things and the right people. And I just rejected everything else and eventually I got there. But when you're going to be a young tycoon and you're going to play this game, real estate as a business where you're going to build a big company, $10 million, $5 million, whatever, $20 million, $100 million, $1 billion, I don't know, whatever your goals are, it starts with your network. Your network is your net worth, and you cannot have great net worth with a with a shitty network. Period. It just doesn't work. Everything else is just hard work, and it doesn't work. All right, so let me know if you guys need anything. So make sure you do that homework. Take out a list. What do you need to stop doing? You need to eliminate it. You have a goal. You got a target. Who's your network? And is your network going to really help get you there? And you need to be honest about it. And if it is, they're either an asset or they're a liability. There is no gray area to that. They're either helping you or they're pulling you down. Get rid of them. Boom. All right. So let me know if I can help you. I'm going to keep making these. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you got out of doing that homework and let me know where you are. And I want to keep making these videos for you guys because I really do want to help, right? Because I needed to hear this earlier. Nobody showed me. I had to figure it all out, right? And then people who did show me, they didn't tell me. They just show, hey, you should do this. But I was like, dude, I don't even know what that means. And then they just drifted off and I was left to figure it out on my own. I'm actually here for you. You want to come work with me, work for me. You want to help me out. I can help you out. You want to help me build Bell Capital so I can help you build what you're trying to build and you want to see how it's done behind the scenes. Leave me a comment. Let's figure it out. I'm here to help you. I want to help people. That's what my mission in life is. And this is a way for me to contribute to that. All right. So you guys let me know if you need anything. Let's go. Have a great day and boom.